So welcome CNG 132 to Monday of week 14. Um, Excellent discussions from 2 weeks ago, Sunday, about basically data warehousing. I think Alec brought up that I believe his father doesn't use Google just because they openly admit that they data mine everything that you have in Google. Your Google Drive, YouTube, your Gmail, that's all data mining. And I think this was brought up in a few other discussions as well. Ben, Matt, um, is this illegal? Is that an invasion of your privacy? It would be illegal if you did not agree to their ULA. There's always that checkbox that say, that a lot of people don't read. And it goes with applications, it goes with software. As soon as you install Windows, there's a EULA, right? Yeah, user and end user license agreement. All this agreement stuff that we're agreeing to by using their products. So if they were to somehow pull all this information from you and invade your privacy, I believe there was a lawsuit on this too. Feel free to look that up. I believe there was a lawsuit because somebody was not, the company was gathering information on people that did not agree to that. But as long as the people are signing the EULAs, checking that checkbox, entering their email and stuff, they're pretty much just signing their data away. To be used how any company, it doesn't matter if it's Microsoft, Gmail, any company decides to use it. I know I like to share photos with my wife through my iPhone, but that also means that iPhone has rights to that data, looking at how I share it, perhaps maybe if they, and I assume at some point they're going to have smart enough scanners to where maybe they catch a logo on a t-shirt and somehow I start getting advertising that way sent to me. I know that's right around the corner. But anyways, that's how data. I'm glad you guys have this view on data, but be aware that we're agreeing to use a lot of these products right off the back, just by buying them or doing that one check mark that says we agree to it. That a lot of us almost everybody. Just scrolls through to get that in. This week, I believe the work throttles down a tiny bit. Getting ready for week 15. Business continuity. We look at this week. Make sure you're preparing yourselves for the security policy. There's a few more lab simulations to do. I don't believe there's any issues with these projects. Like 13.1. But just be aware that some of the stuff goes out of date within the 15 weeks that we're in class. So if it does, just kind of search for something that is relatively the same. Look at what the software is supposed to do and then search for that system requirement in something else. Let's see. I will start grading today. I have a lot of classes to catch up. 2 online, 3 face-to-face, and a few internships. So I'll start getting to these projects 13 and anything up before that. Make sure you're getting your submissions in for Transcender and Transcender test, and make sure you start reviewing the security policy. There used to be, if you want an assignment printed out, I think I could find one or just make a new one. But the only requirements for the security policy was 2 policies. That should mean that it's your own company, 2 policies that you pick that you would enforce at your company, how you enforce those. Make sure to use those diagrams, those security policy templates that are already out there. That'll help you along greatly and get that assignment in, because that's another one of those big, I shouldn't say it's a large, it does have value against your grade, so make sure to get that in. For the next 2 weeks and 2 days, If you're not where you're at in your grade, please reach out to me. Let's come up with a plan to get you to maybe to where you want to be in this course. I'll help you come up with that idea. With the mind tap side, we've had a whole problem with that this whole semester. I'm going to go very, very extremely lenient grading on that mind tap. So I'm going to really give it in your favor on that. Reach out to me before the end of the semester if I miss something, because once again, I'm going to be pulling all that over by hand. So make sure if I mess something up, just get back to me and say, hey, look, you transfigure or trade places of a 0 and a 1 instead of it should be 10 instead of 1. I do make that mistake. Let's see. Make sure you keep going strong the next 2.5 weeks. We should be actually done in week 15, which is next week. But we do have that Monday, Tuesday. Make sure you get every assignment in that you possibly can. Some points are better than no points. A lot of people miss Transcender quiz and Transcender test. Then at the end of the semester, their grade goes down. Make sure to get those in. The security policy, people usually forget that. That's another one of those things that can bring your grade down. Make sure you hammer out that. And I believe that's it for kickoff. I'm going to leave it kind of short this week. You guys are kind of already know what to go through the motions. But realize that I'm going to be grading all week long, so you're going to see grades coming in. That's about it. Let's get week 14 started and get prepared for the end of the semester.